we can talk about these big Illuminati-like entities at this period of time is just because of time. Like, they aged out. Like, you can't get in.
Anthony Joshua was not supposed to make it out of that car crash. That car crash was absolutely done to end his life. That was deliberately done. But when things like that are deliberately done, there have to be other people involved, other casualties involved to make it look like an accident.
That Anthony Joshua crash should let you guys know to stay prayed up, bro. Evil eye is real. Evil eye is real, yeah? Because, bro, like I said in our previous video, that car crash is spiritual, bro.
In my spare time, I infiltrate the Illuminati, find out what they got going on, run back to y'all, tell y'all what the I found.
Did Anthony Joshua really send his friends to Nigeria as a sacrifice to the Illuminati? This is the big question everyone is asking, after his friends lost their lives in a deadly car accident. Anthony, on the other hand, managed to get out with barely any injuries. Not only that, the accident happened just 10 days after he made a whopping $90 million from his fight with Jake Paul. Word on the street is Anthony is part of a powerful Hollywood cult, and this is the sacrifice he had to make to reach the next stage of his career. So, how true are these allegations? And what is the name of the cult Anthony is allegedly involved with? Let's find out. Okay, so just a few days ago, on December 29th, 2025, Anthony Joshua was involved in a devastating car crash on the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway in Nigeria, leaving both of his best friends, Sina Gami and Lateef Ayodele, dead. Now, when the news of the crash hit the internet, people immediately started pointing fingers at Jake Paul for it. They said he put a hit on Joshua because he was salty about losing to Joshua in front of 33 million people. The allegations got so bad that Jake literally had to put up a tweet sending his condolences to Joshua. Life is much more important than boxing. I am praying for the lives lost, AJ, and anyone impacted by today's unfortunate accident. R.I.P. Sina Gami and Kevin Lateef Lats Ayodele. My thoughts and prayers are with their families and friends, and AJ. But here's where things started getting crazy. People started looking into Anthony more, and they came across receipts of him being a member of a popular Hollywood cult. It turns out that Anthony was never supposed to win that fight with Jake. There was allegedly a script that he and Jake had to follow, and in that script, Jake was supposed to win. Because of this, a lot of the elites bet millions of dollars on Jake, but Anthony went against it by destroying Jake in the ring, causing them to lose a lot of money. And of course, they didn't plan to let him get away with this without teaching him a lesson. People even went as far as comparing this to what happened to Kobe Bryant when he went against the industry to sue Big Pharma. Once he started acting out of line, he mysteriously died in a fatal helicopter crash.
Anthony Joshua was not supposed to make it out of that car crash. That car crash was absolutely done to end his life. Now, I personally don't feel like Jake Paul had anything to do with it because I feel like this whole thing is bigger than him. It's higher than him, you know what I'm saying? But of course, that's always a possibility. He could have something to do with it. That's possible. But I personally feel like it was the elites, specifically the elites that bet on that boxing match because Anthony Joshua was also not supposed to win that boxing match. Jake Paul was. Anthony Joshua is doing a lot of things that Anthony Joshua should not be doing. So there are attacks on his life right now because he is going against the grain. Anthony Joshua is not following in line and listening the way he is supposed to. So they are trying to kill him. They being, y'all know. Another thing, I recently ended up on CIA Talk, don't know how, but I've been watching interviews of members of the CIA telling us the things that they can tell us, right? One of the interviews that I watched, this man, I kid y'all not, this man says that the CIA has the capability of hacking your car. They have the technology to hack your car and make you drive into a tree, make you drive off the road, make you drive into the ocean, make you drive into another car, make you unalive yourself. Sit with that.
Now, the reason why people link this to Kobe Bryant's death is that they believe that Anthony is part of the sand cult Kobe was part of. This rumor was started by Bishop Larry Gators when he appeared in a podcast and revealed some disturbing details about what he believes actually happened to Kobe. He said Kobe was part of a cult called Black Boule. He called them the black version of Skull and Bones, claiming that this cult is responsible for a lot of the things that happen in the black community. Apparently, they recruit high-achieving black folks like athletes, celebs, and politicians to act as gatekeepers. And some of the things that these high-achieving black folks do to retain their place in this hunt is to indulge in satanic rituals. He then went on to accuse big names like LeBron James, who he says replaced Kobe, Oprah, Bill Cosby, Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, Obama, and even MLK. They serve white elites and turn on their own if they step out of line. He said Kobe was a full member of the Boule, and that Kobe's Black Mamba nickname is serpent symbolism.
The Boule Secret Society is a Black Skulls and Bones organization. Why was Kobe Bryant a target? Kobe Bryant, Luciferian Project, completed what I believe one of the greatest global cover-ups in history. But we have to see this for what it is concerning the assassination of Kobe Bryant. And one name keeps popping up. And it sounds like a Hollywood conspiracy movie, but the Boules are vicious. You got this counterfeit like LeBron James, who has that Boule logo tattooed on his chest. LeBron James has that Boule tattooed on his chest.
Now, I know that this might sound wild to some of you. Trust me, it sounded wild to me too, until I came across this interview that Odom Lamar had with Shannon Sharpe, recounting a creepy dream that he had of Kobe after Kobe died. According to him, Kobe's spirit is not at peace because the people who took his life have not been brought to justice.
It was really, it was real vivid, and it was really, he said something to me I'm never gonna ever forget. He said, "Hello, the afterlife ain't what people make it up to be." I was like, "Oh shit." I didn't know how to take that. Like, what do you mean he missed the girls? His mission is not done yet. Mm-hmm. Get it all in now.
Right.
Because you don't know what to expect, but that shit stuck with me.
Anyway, apart from all this, people also brought up some pretty convincing evidence linking him to another popular cult called the Freemasons. I'm pretty sure you've heard of this one because they are very popular and literally have every celebrity in Hollywood as a member. Aside from the fact that Anthony was making hang signs that are eerily similar to the Freemasons, his recent fight with Jake also had the number 33 all over it, which also happens to be the same number in the Freemason symbol. The members also wear these gold rings that have the number 33 written on them. 33 million watched the fight on Netflix. He reportedly got taxed 33 million pounds. And this fight also happens to be his 33rd fight. Some people may say it's a coincidence, but a lot of people don't seem to think so at all. Now, when all this happened, a lot of people couldn't help but compare it to what Katt Williams has been talking about for years. Katt has said it many times throughout multiple interviews that there are secret societies in the industry that recruit these celebrities to do their dirty work for them. And in exchange, they become more famous and make a lot more money. In fact, back in 2024, he blatantly accused Ludacris of selling his soul, claiming that he and Luda were both offered a $200 million Illuminati contract, but he turned it down. Luda, on the other hand, allegedly took it, and that's why he even landed his role in the Fast and Furious franchise.
Are you related to Luda?
No, so there was a crossroads where we were both invited to an Illuminati thing, and it had to be one or the other of us, and decisions had to be made. So it was both of us, we were equal. One of us had to cut off all their hair and couldn't do the sideburn thing no more with the points. And the next person, they said, was going to get $200 million because they were going to pay him $10 million a movie to do 20 movies. And that's how the conversation happened. One of those persons turned out to be Ludacris, and the other person turned out to be Katt Williams. Now, one person ended up with a light-skinned, ugly-faced wife that's never done it. Remember I told you that if I say that, it applied to 7 people?
Yes.
It's part of what they give you. Okay? I didn't get it. I'm not mad about it.
How much money they give? 200?
Sir, Fast and Furious is on what number right
10.
now?
200 million. I might need to get me one of them old women look the same.
That's what they all end up saying at the end of the day.
And even after this, Katt went on to make even bolder allegations about the Illuminati and why these celebrities allow themselves to be dragged into it, despite the well-known consequences. He said the things they are promised are way too good for them to pass up, so some of them still join even though they know they'll have to make some form of sacrifice at some point to keep their membership.
One world people exist because it's a very powerful concept to have, and far too lucrative and beneficial to not be attempted. Recruitment is an important facet of all.
We have to get some young global leaders.
Well, understand, this is the only reason that we can talk about these big Illuminati-like entities at this period of time. Is just because of time. They aged out. You can't get in new, so everybody got decrepit over there, and they can't exchange really through this period of history. And so that's how we ended up with the Bob Lazars.
Now, no one is saying that Anthony had his friend's life taken just to continue enjoying the career he has. However, it seems like this is what most people believe, and there really isn't much that can change their minds. As usual, people had their thoughts, like this person who said he sacrificed his best friends. That's what happened. Now Anthony Joshua is initiated into the club, blood sacrifice deal, sell their souls for money and fame. Another person said, the best way to confirm all of this is to stay tuned and see how much better his life gets from this point on. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do you think about Anthony Joshua being accused of sacrificing his friends? And do you really think he's part of a cult? Let me know your thoughts in the section below. And don't forget to click here to watch his other very messy video.